Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. So this is the first, I think, public YouTube video that I've shared with this new pink buttons journal that I'm working on, and you're probably like, what pink buttons journal? All we can see is a mess. Well, this is like a planned mess. This is the journal that I'm working on right now. I'll show you where it is at the moment. It's going to be a 7 signature journal, I believe, yes. And I'm currently working on the 3rd signature. So if you watched I think it was my last or 2 thrift hauls ago maybe, I got this bag of pink buttons that had me super inspired to want to make a clustery pink button journal cover. So that's what I've done here. So this is the cover with all these amazing vintage buttons, and I've changed the color and I've changed a lot of things about this cover a couple of times now to kind of get it exactly what I wanted. I wanted some tones of like yellow. I used the Tim Holtz mica powder spray, so it's got like a fine sparkle to it, and I've used lots of different pinks and all sorts of things. So it's a very mixed media type cover with fabric and doilies and what have you. So the inside is actually my own fabric that I dyed myself, and it is batiqued, so it's this just popping pink. I mean, it's like a magenta, and I stitched a pocket on here, and then on the back I did something a little different. I didn't want to do a pocket this time, so I'm using these lovely Miles Beyond the Moon paper dolls, and I've just been kind of working on this in my quiet time. I'm having a little bit of insomnia right now, so I haven't felt super high energy to be filming. It happens to me like whenever there's seasons changing, and I just get a little out of sorts for a bit. So that's kind of why I'm just filming a little less this week. But anyways, so I did, in my spare time, I took 4 large pages from my Grey's Anatomy book, the kind of pages that I wouldn't use for anything, and I just did some scrap collaging and made some great backgrounds. So I have a whole bunch here to be used for just different things, and this journal is going to have pastels with an undertone of just lots of pinks, but also some browns and other colors, kind of like this type of color scheme. So I made this folder here to go in the back that can hold on to some extra bits and bobs. So far I've just put these adorable pigs in it from Richard Scarry. It's a journal card that I've just popped in here, but there's a few other things that I think I'll probably put in. I'm going to add one of these little butterflies in there too, so just a little extra ephemera. I've been making bits and bobs to just kind of stuff in there, so that's where that is right now. I may also throw one of those little pink message notes in here too, just some extra bits and bobs. But anyways, so I've got 2 of the signatures completed, I think. I'm using a lot of avocado dyed paper, and I'm having fun with that. The digitals that I used are beautiful. They are from, why do I forget right now? I forget right now, I'm sorry. And lace and bits and bobs of little cutouts from children's books of things with pinks, and yeah, it's coming together nicely. I made a bunch of these lovely tuck spots with this envelope that was sent to me in Happy Mail. The outside of the envelope just had all this amazing pink washi tape on it, so I stitched more buttons on those, and I've just been making things. Used some of my handmade, or not my handmade, but handmade paper that I recently purchased. I've been making lots of journal cards and such. I'm just really kind of enjoying my quiet time. And I was happy to use up this big, I have a few of these big insurance envelopes. And I included a piece of amazing inked paper art paper inside there. So that'll be a nice surprise. And I've added these little pink houses here. Those are from Ephemera Imaginarium. Yeah, so it's coming together. I'll go through it in more detail when I do the final flip through, but it's coming together, and I'm really happy with how it's looking. I'm going to have to go through it a couple more times, before I bind it, to just make sure that I've evenly put the papers in the space that I want. So yeah, I'm loving this so far. And I use this paper bag from the Howard Ironworks Printing Museum. And I found these cute little cards. This was from a game, like a handmade, like Monopoly type game, and there are these little cards. I've been adding a few different things. I added this fun spread from this book, Crazy Plant Lady by Isabel Serna. A little Rolodex card that I avocado dyed. And this is from a vintage children's book. It's the cutest. Yeah, so little bits and bobs. It's all kind of coming together. But yeah, I won't do like a super detailed flip through right now because I just want to do some work. But this is the latest piece. I made this puffy headed journal card. It says "Never been happier," and I stitched some threads into her head. So it's like stuffed at the top, and there's a butterfly there. So it's kind of a fun piece of ephemera. So that's where I am with this right now. And then I want to get started on signature 3 of 7. And that's this one. So starting out with one of those fun pockets from that envelope that I mentioned. This one has some tatting in it, which is fun. Some nice crinkly paper. Yeah, all sorts of goodies. So lots of fun stuff. Okay, so now we need to make, I think, a journal card for this front pocket here. And I've got these adorable kids. I love these. They're the Pyro Kids and Funny Pigs from Acapulli Imaginarium. That would be, I think, too big with the kids there. So I don't necessarily think this will fit in the journal, unless I did it that way maybe, but it would still be kind of big. So I think I'll set that aside. And then we'll decide, what do we want to put in there? So I have quite a few things. I've got bits and bobs of fine art, like that would be really nice there. I just have to trim it a bit. So maybe let's do that. So I did tear up an art book and some time ago, and I just went through it to harvest things that had a lot of pink, because I'm trying to keep a bit of an undertone of pink. Right, and then we need some backings here. That one's too narrow. That's a fun little scrap of paper. Let's use this old book page cover, sort of a paper cover. Maybe what I will do is I'll put this down up here. Where did I put my scissors? They're there. And so if I'm a little quiet and I seem a little sleepy today, it's just because last night I think I had maybe my worst night of like not sleeping ever. I went to bed, I wasn't tired, I tried, I lied there, and all night just went by, the whole night I think, and I don't know, I was in this weird like not sleeping, not moving kind of thing. Ugh, it happens. Thankfully for me, on the most part, my insomnia is definitely related to the seasons changing. I just seem to have a bit of a circadian rhythm weirdness, and I don't take anything for it. I do have some kind of mindfulness type exercises and things that I need to get back to trying. Usually it resolves itself like quick enough that I don't have to like really intervene too much. So I'm hoping that that's the case this time too, because yuck, not sleeping is no fun. Especially when you got two little kiddos who just want to sap you out completely of energy, and when you have none to begin with, it gets a little interesting. thankfully this week we have my in-laws here, so like they are completely hanging out with the kids, and that's a little bit of a relief for me for today because I'm tired. My husband went grocery shopping with his mom, and so I didn't have to do that. So that saved me from a Sunday thing I hate doing, which is grocery shopping. So I think I might just stitch around this one and put it in here. I might actually round the corners though, because I don't want everything to have the same shape. Yeah. Do I want to stitch that, or maybe I don't? I don't even necessarily feel like it needs stitching. I think it's good without it. But do I want any kind of a tab? I was thinking about this, but I might just cut it in half and do a little tab like that. Yeah, that would be cute. And then we'll add a staple for something a little bit different. Yeah, that's fun. No, I don't want the fish. I'm good with that. I like it like that one, I think. Oh, but there's this little, hold on. You know me, I've got to be extra. I was just looking at this little pink bow. What about this little pink bow? So we might be meeting a prospective new dog tonight to join our family. That's exciting. We'll see. I will let you know either way. I've had one situation already, like that a rescue reached out to me to let me know about like these people who were rehoming a dog. So I reached out to them and had a lovely conversation and everything, and you know, they felt like I'd be kind of like we'd be the perfect kind of family for the dog and everything. But then I talked more to the guy, and he actually ended up changing his mind. He just couldn't like let go of the dog, so they're going to make other arrangements, and that actually made me feel pretty good, because I said to him, like, it must be so hard, like, to let him go, you know, because he's we're looking at beagles. I really love beagles, and this dog was really good, and I just said, like, he's such a treasure. It must be hard to let him go, you know, but I understand that sometimes these things happen, and, like, you know, your circumstances change. And he's like, oh yeah. And so yeah, I think like I could sort of sense when we were talking that like he might not have really been fully invested in that, and so I don't know if maybe my reaction to that, and in saying that, maybe pushed his decision. I hope not, but I do know the reason why, like he wanted to rehome the dog, but I think I don't think it's something that, like, you know, the dog would be like without a home, like he was moving to a place that wouldn't allow pets, or, you know, they were unable to care for the dog. I think they were just trying to decide if they had like the bandwidth to be able to get the dog like fully, you know, trained. It sort of was a 6-month-old dog, so it's like, you know, it's still a puppy, but it's not a little puppy. And I'm not looking for like a little puppy right now. My desire for what I'm looking for a dog right now is a little bit older, a little bit more experienced, because I have, you know, 2 small kids, and I don't really think it's the time to have a little puppy, because it's just extra responsibility I don't need. And also they have like little needle teeth, and I think while my son is like really good with dogs, I think that he could probably benefit from having a dog that like won't, you know, even playfully bite at him right now, because I don't think he would really know how to deal with that. So he's too little for that kind of thing. And it's very different for me, because I'm so used to getting like higher needs, more senior kind of dogs that like need, you know, rescue. That's what I've always kind of done, is just done like rescue of older dogs mainly, or middle-aged dogs that need a lot of kind of love and therapy because they've had trauma. And that's what I'm used to, taking on that role, but I can't do that right now as much as I would love to. You have to focus on what's possible, right? So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm thinking this fish would look really cool in this little white spot. Because he's like, oh, I've got a little pocket of safe water here, and the rest is all avocado. Okay, maybe not. This is good here. Now, this is like a message to parents and teachers. And I think I want to cover it up. And then I'm thinking about like maybe making like just a little pocket to do that with. Something like this. And then something small could tuck in the side of it, I think. Like a little side tuck pocket. Yeah, so maybe I'll actually just cut this right at this logical, where the two papers meet. And if I wanted to collage that on top of it, I could, but I don't think I will. I kind of like this paper. This is Amity Bloom paper, so I think I'll keep it. And I won't put any kind of an embellishment because we have the caterpillar up top there, and I don't want to mess with it too much. So that, and then something little to go in might be this. Just need to trim this edge a bit. And then I think I will round both of these corners. And then maybe, where's my, there it is. My hole punch. Little hole punch right there. Okay, so I'm just going to punch one hole, two holes in that, and somewhere I have some floss right here. I just want to do something to make it a little interesting, so I'm just going to poke this through here. And I'm not going to put eyelets. I don't think it needs it. It's just a simple little fun embellishment. There we go. Okay. Just do a gentle double knot here. And then we'll tie a bow. We'll double knot the bow too. And then decide if I want to just have this be like a bow or if I want to cut those and have them all be little strings. I'll leave it as a bow. Alright, and then let's just glue. Oop, my glue is clogged. Took my daughter to swimming this morning and she did a great job. She's really improving on the length of time she can keep her head under the water. We've actually been practicing that in the bathtub, so she was kind of looking at me today like, do you see me out here? You see this? Are you counting the seconds? Because she's very funny, and because my in-laws are here, they watched my son while I went to swim class with my daughter, and my husband got to come because he didn't have to watch my son. My son would not at all be able to like sit on the sidelines when there's a pool involved, and so we don't bring him in there. And also it's like people aren't wearing masks, and we're in a very scary situation with children right now being sick. Like, but of course our government won't mandate masking again because, oh my goodness, everyone's gonna die if they have to wear a mask. I'm a little grumpy, as you know, if you watch me. I get a little grumpy about masks. I just have seen too much lately. Like last week, CHEO or CHEO, one of our children's hospitals in Eastern Ontario, announced that they were canceling all brain and spinal surgeries for children because of the rise in COVID and RSV. in the hospital. They don't have any available like bandwidth for doctors and beds and the extra care that those kind of things take. So imagine being a parent with a child with such a serious need for a surgery, only to be denied that surgery because people won't just do the right thing and wear a mask. And you know, now Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto has made the same announcement today. It's very sad to hear that, because, you know, they deal with a lot of very special problems for children. And I don't know, I'm especially just, my staple is jammed. I'm especially frustrated because it's kids, like, you know, because they're the ones who don't get to make any kind of a choice in any of this, any kind of a decision on what's happening and who's doing what. You know, they just listen to us and we demonstrate for them and we send them to school, and they're on the front line, and they have been this whole entire time. Kids, you know, these people who are obsessed with this idea that there needs to be, you know, butts in seats in schools or kids can't learn, and like, oh my gosh, that we're having a mental health crisis. It's like, no. You know, a mental health crisis is a pretty strong term. And also, I don't know, it's just not the truth. And there's a lot of ways that, like, we could be educating people to deal with having their kids out of school. I mean, the one big issue I think about, like, kids being out of school is for those people who, you know, their companies aren't allowing them to work at home anymore. They've got the biggest challenge. Like, how do you deal with, you know, the need to have, like, your kids in school so that you can go to work? That's the biggest problem. But I think if it were me, I'd be doing everything in my power to find a job that allows remote working, because it's the smartest. And also, like, I don't know, I get so much more work done that I work at home. It's crazy not having to commute and, like, waste hours of my day, like, doing all that. Ugh. It's so much better, and I get so much more done. This is why I keep telling people, I mean, there's about a million reasons, but, like, this is why I tell people, like, to stop looking up to people like Elon Musk. He is nobody to look up to. It's like, he's probably the worst, and he just ended, like, I mean, Twitter's become a complete, like, nightmare, and I'm kind of cracking up watching it, but I'm also feeling for the people who, you know, have jobs there, like, and, you know, it's the world is a little crazy, a little beyond, too beyond crazy for me right now. I just kind of stand back and go, like, okay, what now, what? That's cute, all this pink. No, not that one. I need a focal point. She's cute, but she needs something to sit on. And I've got this girl who has a chair, but I feel like this kid could sit there. This one, maybe. Yeah, I guess she could. But they'd be too wide for this. Let's see if you have. I really want to use this background for this. They're so cute. What am I trying to fill? I wonder if I could just put one of those in a pocket, like, because that one's so big and lovely. I just think it would be very cute. Now, we've already used one kid in here, but it wasn't from the same series, and I'm kind of loving that, actually. Hold on. Let's just put them in there. Oh my gosh, that's cute. But we need to ink this, because I've been inking all of the white space on the people. But I'm really hoping that like the illness starts to go down and that people voluntarily start wearing masks again. I don't know that they will. I kind of feel like it's the only way to resolve it is to mandate it, because you know, it's distressing to see sick kids. And also it's like, it's got me again going like, oh, what is it okay to do and what is it not okay to do? So I do worry about my own kids. I don't want them catching anything right now. But someone said something to me like this week that just overly frustrated me. I have to say, like, it just really rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't say anything because I felt like it would be pointless to do that with this person. But I had mentioned how I find it like frustrating that so many people, they seem to just bring their sick children to like events and, you know, things that you're not supposed to. Like that's never gone away. Like that rule has been something that, you know, pretty much all sides of like the political and health, you know, agencies have asked, like, if you're sick, stay home. And I've seen people literally like signing documents saying yes, no one's sick, and then I listen to their children or themselves coughing their heads off, like, you know, or just like phlegmy, like, you know, when someone is sick. It's not a mystery. And I am seeing so much of that, and it's just like, ugh, especially knowing what we know right now, which is like that we have this major RSV crisis happening. So, isn't this the prettiest paper? It's 49 a Market. They have really nice collections of paper. Or is it Minte? Hold on, let me grab the package. Here it is. Sorry, it's 49 in Market. It's their Spectrum Sherbet by Katie Pertiet. And it's a beautiful, like, just beautiful paper. I've been buying quite a bit of that particular paper. In like, they have things you can cut out. They've got these little papers, different things. I'm really enjoying adding them into books. They're just beautiful. So look out for those at your local store if you can find them. Sorry, I just had to take a little break to talk to my husband because he's making some dinner or getting started. I have to go help in a minute. But I just want to finish up here. And it got me off the topic that I've been clamming on about, right? So, anyways, yeah, where did these papers come from? Okay, sorry. So yeah, I have to make some dinner, and it's really great. I went out today to grab some herbs for making some nice mint tea, and I needed some oregano for my pasta sauce that I made. And like, because of the unseasonably warm weather, I've had a whole crop of like all sorts of stuff pop up. Like, we have new Swiss chard that I can pick. We've got some kale and some, like, I mean, loads of herbs. I have to go pick a ton of it. I've got like peach sage and tons of mint, rosemary, oregano. Oh, so much stuff. But yeah, it's one of the nice things about the warm weather, though we did have little snowflakes this morning here, but they didn't seem to stick around, which I'm totally okay with them going away. I'm not ready for winter. No. Okay. Let's make a nice big, like, a journal card with that. It's so cute. And I want to put that on with a paper clip, I think. Oops. I just grabbed an eyelet, not a paper clip. There it is. I'm thinking about doing just a little tiny bit of my batik fabric here. Can I tear that little amount? I can. Perfect, because this is muslin, so it's a nice bit of fabric. And then just pop it through here. Yay. I also need to catch up on YouTube videos. I haven't gotten to watch. I've got like a bunch of things bookmarked from all sorts of people that I watch. I need to catch up Might do that this evening, honestly. I might just chill out in my bed a little early and just see if I can organically fall asleep. Do some reading with my daughter. I didn't read with my daughter last night because the grandparents were here, so she wanted to sleep in her room with grandma last night, so that's what she did. And I'm like, is that what disturbed my sleep? I'm so used to like our routine of reading and like going to bed and, you know, talking, and then I don't know, maybe she's the answer, but hopefully I can just figure it out. Okay, so I want to put this on this white, well, it's not a white page, it's a coffee sprayed page, but I do want to just put this on here, I think, just to break up the, did I tie that on the wrong end? No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Oh, I'm silly. There we go. Just to break up, like, that there's nothing, you know, there. Yeah, that's good. And then this, I want to put a pocket on. I found this triangle pocket. I think I want to add right there. Yeah, I used up like these Grey's Anatomy pages, and I almost made a video doing it, and I'm so glad I didn't, because I took the pages at the back of the big book from Grey's Anatomy, and they were totally like all of the, you know, the naughty bits, like the genitalia anatomy. So I literally just would have been like sitting here collaging on top of like all of this genitalia imagery. And I didn't even think about it until like I reflected back on what I'd been doing, and I'm like, oh, well, okay. That's maybe a good thing that I didn't do that. I have these little stickers here in this plant book, and I want to put this one, this little pink one here. There it is. Just throw a bit of glue on there, even though it feels extremely sticky, but we'll just be 200% sure it's going to stay. Oops. Okay, right there. That's what I wanted. And then I have a tag already that I want to put in here, and it's this one. There we go. Okay. Let's see what we have left to do. I think, okay, this is all fine. I like all of that as is. This is such a cute page. And then I think the last, oh, I've got this already, so I just need to do like a piece of ephemera to go into that pocket. But I might put something here too. I wonder if I can find something to cut out of one of these books. Maybe this one. Such a cute book. There's a page in here I definitely want to use in this book. I have to find it. Well, that could be very cute. But that would be a nice little pocket or something. Oh, and this is the, I love this black lamb, but I totally want to use like this as a pocket. These little chicks. Oh my gosh, they're cute. I think I want to use it. This is one of those books where everything is so cute. You're like, oh, I don't want to ruin one page for the other. That mouse would be cute. So would, there's like the dish and the spoon here. Although I like the cow too. The cow is really lovely. Maybe we'll put the cow up at the top. Okay. Let's just finish this bit. And then I will, I will start to actually make dinner like I said I was. My husband's going to do the prepping, so I have a couple minutes. So yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic about this dog, so that we're meeting tonight. So this is a rehoming beagle situation as well. And I believe the dog is about 7 months old. So these people are moving to Europe, and they won't be able to take the dog with them because the guy who owns the dog, he looks after his mom. Like, she's a little, I don't know if she's a little older, but he said like he looks after his mom, but he had an accident a while ago, and he's been like challenged to kind of deal with all the responsibilities that he has right now since that happened. Like he said, if it hadn't been for his accident and like, his mom wants to move back to Europe, that like things would be different. But he's like, I just don't think I can deal with all of the things I need to do to try to bring a dog to Europe. And a lot of the rules have changed about like importing pets. Like it's become a little more complicated. Like I know in Canada where I live, they've just put a ban on import of animals by rescues or by like anyone who's not moving here with their pet from several countries, mainly China, because of rabies, because we don't have rabies anymore here. It's been pretty much annihilated, but in the pet in the pet world, nothing's ever completely annihilated, but other countries, however, don't have like as good of vaccine programs as we do here, and it's a big concern because I guess there were like 3 cases of it found in Canada from these imported animals. I mean, it's too bad because I know there's a lot of people doing really great work. We're gonna put the moon under here so the cow will be jumping over the moon. Really great work in that space to try to like save these animals. So hopefully something else kind of replaces that. I don't know. Okay, so now we need just something to put in this pocket back here. And I may end up making something from these little mice as well. It could be kind of cute. That bread is so cute, the one with the bread here. But for now, I probably should go and get things going for dinner. So thank you for hanging out with me, and my apologies if I was a little ranty or if I was a little sleepy. I think I was probably both of those things, but I love you, and so just bear with me. I will be back with probably more of this journal or something else happening, and it won't be too long from now that I make another video. I'm just struggling a little bit with this insomnia, so bear with me. I'll be okay. I'm just I got to get through it, as I always do. I have dealt with this many times in my life. I've had insomnia pretty much my whole life, seasonally. So it's what we do, right? We just keep on going along. So that is it for me for now. I hope you enjoyed seeing where I'm going with this journal, and we'll talk again very soon. I hope you're sleeping. I hope you're getting lots of water and having some fun days, and that your weekend has been good. And we'll talk soon. Bye for now.